Hello and welcome back once again to product placement. So different setting today. I'm in my office instead of in the kitchen where I normally am. But I got a bunch of stuff sitting on the kitchen counter right now, and in order to do a video from over there I'd have to clear everything off, which I just don't want to do right now. So we're shooting this in the office. Hopefully it turns out okay. So I have a few new items. Like I said in my previous video, since I've been back working, anytime I stop at the gas station I have seen a couple of new items. I was waiting until I was a little bit more financially stable again before I started getting back into buying new products. Plus, I am way behind on editing, and it doesn't make sense to keep buying new products if I'm not editing and uploading the old products. So I will get around to that, but I was at the gas station the other day. I had a couple extra bucks, so might as well grab the things I've been putting off before they disappear and I'm not able to do them. So the two items I have today are essentially the same thing. So I'm going to record these together, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this as one video for two items or if I'm going to split it up into two separate videos and just have them back to back. Most likely that's what I'll do, because even though they are the same flavor, they're different brands. So I'll probably release them as their own individual things, but I'm going to record them both back to back here, and then we'll see where we go from there. So the first item up today, in case you haven't seen it on the title card, today's item is a new flavor of Twix. This is Twix Cookie Dough. And I might as well tell you what the other item is anyway. The other item is Milky Way cookie dough. So we're going to do the Twix one first, and then I'll do a whole new intro for the Milky Way one. So yeah. Saw these in the store the other day. I think they're made by are Twix and Milky Way made by the same company? I think they are, most likely, because Twix and Milky Way usually have the same flavors of stuff. They just come out like separately from each other. This time these kind of came out back to back. I haven't done the research on them to figure out exactly when they came out, but it was sometime this year, I'm assuming. So yeah, we're gonna do the Twix one first, and then we'll do the Milky Way one as a separate video. Like I said, I'm gonna show them to you both now because they're the same flavor, but one's a Twix, one's a Milky Way. So they're their own thing, right? Can't like compare them like which one's better because they're both different. So we're gonna crack open our Twix here. Not a lot of stalling. Gonna get this done. Mainly, I don't have anything to cook to eat right now, and I'm hungry, so I want to have a candy bar. And if I'm gonna have this, then I need to do the video, right? So this is our Twix cookies, or sorry, I was gonna say cookies and cream. It's cookie dough. Let's give it the smell test. It smells like a Twix. Let's give it the taste test and see if it tastes like what I remember cookie dough tasting like. I haven't had cookie dough in a long time. So let's see if this brings back any memories. Cheers. Not really much difference in the flavor. Biting into it, I went through it a lot softer than what I normally would with a Twix. Obviously you do have the little cookie piece inside that makes it crunchy, but yeah, the initial bite was like, normally you gotta like bite into it and you get that caramel, and then it kind of like bends and snaps. This, it was just like sink through to the cookie and then break. As far as the cookie dough flavor, I don't really taste much difference in the overall Twix. There's like a slight aftertaste. Normally you'd have the chewiness of the caramel. That's not in here. So you just kind of get the smooth creaminess of the cookie dough. It's kind of like one of those thick, milky kind of consistencies that you get out of like cookies and cream or something like that, where it's a heavy, thick, yet soft cream kind of texture. Has a little bit of that milky cream aftertaste, but you don't get much of it in the overall eating of it. It just kind of tastes like a normal Twix. So yeah, nothing really too special. Doesn't really give off a heavy nostalgia of cookie dough back when cookie dough used to be really popular. I don't really get much of that cookie dough essence out of it. It's just a slightly more mellow, less chewy version of Twix, minus the caramel. But overall, not much different. I think I run into that with most of the Twix flavors. There's not much difference in Twix when they add a different flavor into it. Would I recommend it? Sure, check it out if you like Twix. Would I go out of my way to seek it again? Probably not. If I'm getting a Twix, I kind of prefer a Twix. If they were out of regular Twix and they only had this, I would grab this because it's not all that different. But overall, yeah, like I said, not that much different. Not really worth going the extra mile to seek it out. But if you do happen to see it in the store and you like Twix and you want to try one, check it out. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, that is my coverage of Twix Cookie Dough. I'm going to wrap this one up. We'll be back in a moment to do the Milky Way Cookie Dough and give my thoughts on that. I did the Twix one first because I had these both in the fridge, and Milky Way always comes out a little bit more solid from the refrigerator, where these I can kind of still bite through them. Milky Way, I might have a little bit more of a problem like biting that, so I'm kind of letting that sit at room temperature for the couple minutes that I'm doing this, hoping that it'll soften up enough for me to actually be able to eat it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Again, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Links should be in the description. Ring the bell, make sure you get notifications every time I post new content. And until next time, cheers.